Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, William Ruto has been putting a blame on Raila Odinga for the increase of price on basic commodities in this country. We all know that the economy is not doing well for the people in this country. But Ruto has been directing that blame to Raila Odinga. That is what he has been telling people once they get out to campaign. That he was kicked out of the government and Raila is currently in the government. And so the blame should go to Raila and not him. But today, Raila Odinga has got a chance to respond to William Samoei Ruto. As we are speaking now, all the media is focusing on Raila Odinga and his running mate, Martha Karua, for an interview that is going for almost 2 hours. And so, Raila is saying that it's unfair to do a blanket blame on a government by somebody who is earning a salary from the same government, somebody who is enjoying a protection of 250 security from same government and using the government vehicle and equipment for his campaign to come out and say he is not in the government. Raila has made it clear that, number one, he is not in the government because he don't earn a salary from this government. Number two, he don't live in government house. Number three, he don't get government allowances, but he only advised the government. So it is the decision of the person who is getting the advice to either use the advice or not. Listen to him shortly, and after this, we'll continue with this conversation.
Search for votes?
You know, Kenyans are basically not stupid. My competitors are saying that the stupidity died in Kenya and was buried. Kenyans know very well that I'm not in government. I don't earn a salary in government. I don't live in government house. I don't get any allowance from government. But I can give some advice. And advice, as you know, is just what it is. I mean, it is not implementable. The receiver can use it or cannot use it. But having been in government, I also know the challenges which a government also faces. Like this crisis we're in right now, it's a serious crisis. You can see the way the cost of crude oil has gone up. You know, and when the cost of oil goes up, virtually everything else goes up in a country. We know that for a fact, because everything else depends on oil in terms of manufacturing. So it is unfair really to just do a blanket blame government. Somebody who is earning a salary, has got over 250 security of government defending him, is using government vehicles and equipment to do the campaign. To come out and say he's not in government, it asks mtu wa kitendawili ndio anajua yeye ndio yako ndani ya serikali. Mimi nilitolewa kwa serikali. Kama ulitolewa kwa serikali, you do the decent thing that most responsible people do. You resign. That is what Mr. Bill Kagia did. That is what Jaramogi Oginga Odinga did. You resign and then you become an ordinary person. But you don't say you're out of government and you're blaming that same government, but you're earning the salary from the same government. If that is not hypocrisy, then I don't know what hypocrisy is.
Now, on this Punchline today, we want to understand where should the blame go to as far as the economy is not doing well between William Samoei Ruto and Raila Odinga. Who is in government and who is not in government. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend our videos to more viewers. We are on our journey to 20,000 subscribers, so please help us to reach there. Back to our discussion. Now, a simple question. Between a person who is living in government house, earning a salary, driving government vehicles, enjoying 250 security from government, and also enjoying allowance from government, and a person who don't enjoy anything as far as that is concerned, who should carry the blame? Who should carry the blame? Raila is clear, and it is crystal clear, you can understand. He don't earn salary and all those benefits. But all of these things are at the disposal of the Deputy President William Samuel Ruto. He enjoy all these things. So who should carry the blame of the failures in this current government? Is it the person who is enjoying all these things, or Raila Odinga, who is just trying to offer his advice to the president? If really we have to put a blame on someone as far as economy is not doing well, the truth of the matter is that Ruto was simply shooting in his own foot by trying to propagate and put a blame on Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila is not living in government house, but Ruto is enjoying a stay at the official residence of the deputy president. So he's answerable to the failures in this government. He is part of this government. Raila is not enjoying 250 security. But Ruto, as a sitting deputy president, he is enjoying a protection of over 250 security personnel at his disposal. So he is answerable to this government. He is part of this government. If really saying that Uhuru Kenyatta government is failing, then he's part of that failure. Because if he knows that he don't want to carry the failures from Uhuru Kenyatta government, he don't want to associate with anything that has come through as a fail in Uhuru Kenyatta's government, then the gracious thing he could have done in his own wisdom, then it was to resign from Uhuru Kenyatta government, then get out to correct this government and condemn it from outside, rather than shifting the blame to Raila Amolo Odinga and again standing out straight without blinking an eye to take credit from every project that has succeeded in this government. So you see, hapo ndo Raila anafika mahali anasema ya kwamba wajinga waliisha Kenya. There's no stupid person in this country. People understand very clear that Ruto is in this government, but Raila is simply helping from outside. No one is going to buy into this. They know very well. If Ruto wanted to earn sympathy, he should have resigned. Because he did not do so. It is very hard for Kenyans to sympathize with William Samoei Ruto when he still associates himself with the achievement of Jubilee government as far as projects are concerned. The same way he takes credit from the progress, he should also take blame for the failures. It is true that the crisis we are facing in this country, some have come through because of the increase in the price of oil, crude oil. And that's why Raila Odinga is saying that, having been in government before, he understands how some of these shortcomings is coming and the challenge we are facing. It is not only a Kenyan challenge. To some extent, that is true. This problem is everywhere. Even Uganda, where they're saying that everything is cheap, go there. At least in Kenya, there is some subsidy. Kwa mafuta hii serikali inapeana pesa, but the truth of the matter is that even Uganda, the price of this fuel is very high. But Ruto want to tell Kenyans that everything in Uganda, it is good, that the economy there is doing well, while in Kenya, they are being frustrated at an expense of Raila Odinga. That is a big lie, the fallacy. He's trying to plant a lie on the electorate so that they can protest on ballot against Raila Odinga. And for the people of Mount Kenya region to protest against President Uhuru Kenyatta's preferred candidate. That is the mischief Ruto is trying here. But there are questions he needs to answer here. Who is driving government vehicles? Who is earning a salary from this government? Who is enjoying the allowances from taxpayers' money? Who is enjoying the accommodation being given by government, paid for by taxpayers' money? The electricity is using. The food Ruto is enjoying today, it is because of you and me paying taxes through maybe our salary, and again, if not so, wakati unaenda tu kununua kitu kwa duka, you are being taxed. Hata unga saizi wametax unga because they need to pay the Chinese debt, they need to provide food for Ruto, they need to provide security for Ruto, they need to provide transportation and a salary for William Samoei Ruto and other people who are in government. So you have to understand that. The unfortunate thing is that the person where Ruto is directing his blame is not enjoying any of these priorities. That's the truth. So you can now conclude and make a decision on ballot, understanding who is in government and who should carry the blame if really this government is failing. COVID came in, and now people want to use COVID to put a blame on government. To some extent, yes, we understand. Corruption is going on. But compared to the corruption that was happening in 2013, 2014, super mega, massive corruption happened during those times. When there was rail construction, when there was a lot of road construction, super highways, where 1 kilometer pricing was tripled. Kimarer and Arol Dam, who came out to condemn and question the corruption in Kimarer and Arol Dam, who came out to protect the corrupt individuals in these scandals. Raila questioned, Ruto came to protect. So the government, Ruto being government, was protecting corruption, while Raila was trying to condemn the same thing. So I think, in my view, the electorate can read into this and understand. If we are to put a blame on someone, then there is a real person who has to carry that blame, none other than William Samoei Ruto. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you, and see you in our next video. But please let us meet in the comment section to have a continuation of this conversation.